First for the Rockets. Manning the backcourt, Jeremy Lin along with James Harden. And it's Howard in at the 5, patrolling the paint. Then there's Chandler Parsons. And it's Asik in at the power forward position. And for Brooklyn, Deron Williams and Joe Johnson at the 1 and 2. And it's Lopez in at the 5, roaming the paint. Then it's Pierce. And it's Garnett in at the 4-man position. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession.
Well, you watch the way Parsons moves, and you see how quickly he's able to shift and change directions. And you forget that Chandler Parsons is 6'10", because he moves like a much smaller guy. He's a terrific all-around player.
Lin the pass to Howard. Lopez with the steal. Williams gets a screen from Lopez. Williams attacking. An easy layup after coming off the pick. And back to Parsons. Clark, he talked about his mobility, a good defender too, and for a young player that's rare. So you look at his size, ability to move his feet, and the upside certainly is there. Then you put him with a guy like Kevin McHale as his coach, and a nice array of talent. He's in a good situation.
He does. He's got a bright future, and I'm most impressed with his defense. You talked about a lot of his skills, but you know, Houston will frequently put him on the opponent's best wing offensive player.
Well, you know, guys, the Houston fans could be forgiven for not having heard of Omer Asik when the Rockets signed him as their starting center a season ago. He was a second-round pick out of Turkey in '08, a backup in Chicago, but he's quickly shown himself to be a key piece of this promising young core.
First one falls for him. And you have to give the Rockets credit for going after Asik, a player who never averaged more than 15 minutes a game with Chicago, a restricted free agent with the Bulls, and became a very important part for the Rockets.
Well, they clearly saw something special with Asik. He's a great rebounder and defender, uses his body, understands angles, and plays that verticality really well as a defensive center.
Both free throws good from Asik.
You know, the Nets certainly made a big turnaround last season, guys, going from a team that was in the lottery to a team that finished in the middle of the pack of the playoff race. But you've got to wonder if the heavy contracts they have tied their hands going forward.
Not enough defense there to throw him off his shot. Sometimes it takes more than one defender on him down low.
Williams against Land. Harden outside. This one for 3. The rebound by the Nets. Well, going back to your point with the Nets, Clark, they did get a lot better and have a solid core, but they also have a lot of money tied up, and if they improve, it'll have to be through the draft. But, you know, Steve, I don't see them getting a high pick anytime soon.
Well, particularly not after the big trade they made. You know, getting Pierce and Garnett and Jason Terry, they had to give up 3 picks to Boston in that deal. But this is an organization that has decided to go for it, and they're going to pay a lot of money in salary.
And it's Howard finishing it off.
Incredible timing on the alley-oop.
He absolutely hammered it down.
And that's the play we're going to remember when this game is all said and done.
The Nets have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Williams kicks to Garnett. The basket is good off the assist from Williams.
I'll tell you what, the post play has been rock solid right off the bat.
Well, that's the key to basketball. Get the ball inside, into the paint, either with a pass or with penetration.
Here's Howard. It's good from in tight. The Nets have gone 4 of 4 to start, so a nice offensive rhythm to start here. Williams kicks to Lopez. So it looks like the Nets will retain possession here.
It's a nice play to get a hand on that pass and tip it out of bounds.
I tell you what, guys, if he gets there a fraction earlier, that's a steal.
Stolen by Harden. 4 on 3 as they bring it up. There's the block. Asik dishes to Howard. Harden the pass to Lin. Johnson against Harden. Just 5 to shoot. Back to Lin. Tries again. It's out of bounds to the Rockets as Houston retains possession. Houston, and the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
Well, you know, prior to last season, there were several teams that considered trading for James Harden. There was a question, though, over how much they were prepared to give up, and some question if he could be the first option on the team. That question's been answered.
Williams against Len. Outside, Pierce. Back to Williams. That one a little long. In the season before last, Harden won 6th Man of the Year. But, guys, do you think that because Harden came off the bench in Oklahoma City that some underestimated his talent?
Well, I don't think anybody underestimated his talent. I think it was pretty apparent what he could do. But, you know, scouts have watched him ever since his Arizona State days. You could see he had star potential, and now he's getting the opportunity in Houston to fulfill that.
Those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten in the first half here.
And I think they should really continue to work it down low, Clark. That's really going to free up the rest of their offense.
Harden with a screen on Williams. Lynn kicks to Howard. Then the pass to Ash, and it's blocked by Lopez. Launches it. Harden can't hit. The Nets have gotten only one of their first 6 shots to fall today. Pierce attacking. Good. Lynn with it. He had put up any points in this one. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Goes up the baseline. And good on the basket. Book it. 6 points for Dwight Howard. Now here's Williams. Pass to Garnett. Stolen by Jeremy Lin. Here's the break. Up the floor. And stolen by Darren Williams. Johnson attacking. Another shot. The shot by Pierce will not go. Houston's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Harden dishes to Parsons, and he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam. There it is, guys, that Olay defense. Just watching him go, Clark, right by.
I think we might be seeing which team is ready to take control of this game.
Yeah, that's a dunk that could absolutely get them going. I agree, Clark.
Williams kicks to Pierce. Shoots from 14, and it's good off the glass. Pierce has got 6. The Rockets trail. Harden outside. Outside, Lynn launches it, and the shot is good. Lynn's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
You know, after starting the game 0 for 3, you know he was just desperately looking for that one to fall.
Williams kicks to Pierce. The turnaround jumper. Count it. He's got 8, and now the first timeout called here for the Rockets. And the Rockets making a change here. Smith has checked in. Here's Lynn. Smith sets the pick for Lynn. He kicks it to Smith. Parsons outside. 6 to shoot. Houston needs to get a shot off. Kept alive by Houston. Howard kicks to Harden. Back to Howard. Outside, Lynn. He lobs up the alley-oop pass, and it's Howard finishing it off.
You could see the eye contact there. Gave a little nod and then burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
No doubt, Clark. A pair of teammates with a terrific feel for each other out on the floor.
And what a play to make in a close game, a potential momentum builder.
Williams kicks to Pierce. Stolen by Jeremy Lin. He feeds it to Harden. Back to Lin. And So he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Linsanity might have moved cities before last season, but Jeremy Lin still had a flair for the dramatic when he came back to where it all started. He put on a big show for his return performance against the Knicks in New York.
And that one falls for Lin. And for Jeremy Lin, still a lot of love between him, and you can tell, Steve, the fans here in New York after his magical run with the Knicks. But in the end, they decided not to match his contract with the Rockets.
And as much as Lin said he dreamed of playing with the Knicks at first, he's in a great situation in Houston. A young team on the rise. In fact, I think he said, I think everything's happened the way it was supposed to.
He's been very good about that. Both free throws good from Lin.
Well, it certainly had the makings of a great story. Harden versus his old team, the Rockets coming back with a big Game 5 win. If they could get Game 6, they'd be able to force that final 7th game and maybe pull off the upset, but it wasn't meant to be.
Here's Johnson. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Well, going back to the Rockets in the postseason, a lot of people had them picked to get steamrolled. But, Steve, they put up a solid fight and really turned some heads with how they played.
Well, the easy answer was because of the Westbrook injury. That's how Houston was able to really take Oklahoma City deep into that series. But I think there's more to it than that. The Rockets have tremendous offensive firepower. I think they're gaining momentum as a franchise. And heading into this year, I think they're one of the scariest teams in the conference.
First free throw is good.
You look at the Joe Johnson trade for the Nets. They picked up his max contract from the Hawks, committing $80 million over 4 years. But, last season, his lowest point output in over a decade, a down season overall. But, hey, there's a lot of talent on this team. He's not expected to score as much anymore.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. And for the Nets, they started the season doing some of that isolation offensively for Joe Johnson that we saw in Atlanta, Clark.
And even with the most efficient individual scorers, that's not usually the way to go offensively over the long haul. With Joe going through a bit of a lull in terms of his shooting percentages, I thought they might have been better served to anchor the offense around Brook Lopez inside.
The Nets making a switch here. Terry's checked in. The Rockets shooting their 5th free throw of the game here.
And you look at the numbers from a year ago, guys, this is a club that hit about 75% of its free throw.
With all the hype that Linsanity got during Jeremy Lin's breakout season, it didn't really do him any favors on the court. In fact, I think you could easily argue that he's been playing with a target on his back for opposing guards who would like to have a big game against a star like Lin.
Watch the pass to Williams.
Defensive foul. That's his first personal foul. Second team foul.
Terry kicks to Williams. Passes to Kirilenko. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it's Terry off the drive. No luck. And Houston the other way now. And getting back to Jeremy Lin, I think with the attention he got in his breakout season, it also brings players wanting to measure themselves against you, saying, let's see how good this guy really is.
Yeah, that's part of it. But I think if you ask Jeremy, he'd rather be playing and having that challenge than, have it the way it was before when nobody knew who he was or really respected his game.
Watch, dishes to Williams. From about 16, shot's good. Williams has got his 2nd basket of the game.
He's definitely got that shot in his arsenal.
Terry against Lin. Out to the wing. Feeds it to Beverly. Offline with his 3. Nets trail by 4. And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Yes, Kevin. I had a chance to catch up with Kevin McHale. We We talked about how they plan to deal with Darren Williams. He said he can do it all offensively. Shoot, drive, and of course, pass. We've got to play aggressive, try to force him towards our help, and take the ball out of his hands as much as possible. Not easy, Kevin. Not one of those things.
Thanks again, Doris. And we've got an injury out on the floor. Very unfortunate as always, guys. Don't like to see this.
And you see a player have to come out of the game like this. I mean, you just hope for the best.
That's exactly right. You do hope for the best. You cross your fingers, say a prayer, and hope it's nothing major. We'll see what the update is here shortly.
James Harden. He's checked in for Houston.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any agenda.
It's hard to overstate all the points they've scored on assists today. Beautiful to watch.
Back to Williams. Outside Kirilenko. It's Williams with the drive. The three. But they recover it. Watch against Smith. The second chance effort. And again, it's Brooklyn converting.
Boy, has there been any defense played yet in this game?
Nope, this game has been all about rapid-fire offense early.
Here's Lynn. And he gets it to go. Lynn's got his third basket of the night right there.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Yeah, that's 5 of their last 6 baskets inside the lane. They have really established themselves inside.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. And what an illustrious list we're looking at here, folks. The list of interior denial. The top rankings for career blocks. Rim protection. Always key, guys. You know that for the league's stingiest defenses.
Well, and I always think, Kevin, what would the numbers have looked like for Bill Russell had that stat been kept track of? Because prior to 1973, we didn't keep track of blocks. So you look more at some of the more recent stars, Olajuwon, Mutombo, some of the great shot blockers. Man, those guys were lockdown defenders.
Kirilenko kicks to Williams. And there's Terry. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Kirilenko the pass to Evans. Outside Williams. Pocket 6. The basket good off the assist from Evans.
I really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
Lynn dishes to Smith. Rebound, Brooklyn. There's 38 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Nice back and forth this first half.
Well, 5 lead changes early on, guys, as we grapple back and forth.
This could be a back and forth game all the way, guys, the way it's being played. This is fun to watch.
Rockets trail. Down low. Garcia's shot is good.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
Yeah, and it's a strategy that has served them well in this opening half, Clark.
Outside Kirilenko. The pass to Williams. Stolen by Harden. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. Comes up empty down low. Now here's Williams. This one for 3. Shot is off. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Rockets ahead. They lead by 1. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. And off we go, a close game now starting the second quarter. What do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Rockets?
And the points they're getting in the lane will really help them open up the floor.
The other thing they've had going for them tonight is their passing. I mean, doing a nice job. Plenty of their points early on coming off assists. You know, last season for the Nets, high expectations, guys. They were the runaway pick to be the most improved team in the league, and ownership stressed that their goal was nothing less than the championship. They had a bumpy stretch at one point, steadied themselves, but still a third head coach now in the span of a year.
And Parsons slams it in.
Incredible timing on the alley-oop.
He absolutely hammered it down.
And that's the play we're going to remember when this game is all said and done.
Nets trail by 3. Terry with it, and it's Lynn picking him up. Here's Johnson using his post moves to get the 2 points. Johnson's got his second basket of the night. And when the coaching change was made for the Nets, a lot was made of some of the comments by Darren Williams. Steve admitting that he'd been more comfortable with the offense in Utah.
Well, which is kind of ironic because when he was in Utah, sometimes he complained about the style of play. I think the big thing is for Darren Williams, his teams just have to win, and he has to lead. He's being paid as a superstar, and it's up to him to lead his club, and I think that's what he's trying to do this year.
Terry kicks to Pierce. Pass to Johnson. Dishes it to Lopez. 6 on the shot clock. A terrific shot on the turnaround. Guys, 7 times the lead has changed hands here now.
And we still aren't halfway through this contest yet.
Yeah, that number could easily go up to double digits before this game is over.
Harden the pass to Lynn. Terry against Harden. And that one's good.
He has great dexterity inside. He can contort his body, shift in midair, hang time. He can protect the ball and finish through contact. Just an impressive player in the paint.
And, Steve, that's not a skill that most players have. I mean, that's exactly why they try to feed it to him in the paint whenever possible.
The shot by Pierce will not go.
There's no getting around the simple fact that that's a shot he has to knock down.
Lynn dishes to Usher. Back to Lynn. Puts up a 3. The shot is off. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. Here's Johnson. He has 6. The dish now to Terry. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
You know, at one point, Jason Terry, the Jet, relied so much on his speed for his scoring. But now he mostly scores from the mid-range game and the three-point line.
Brooklyn shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And not a very strong free throw shooting team in general. Guys, they shot 73% as a team a year ago.
And those aren't the kind of numbers they can afford to repeat throughout this season.
Free throw, good, Terry. And back to the outside shooting of Jason Terry, one of the great mid-range pull-up jump shots you're going to see in this league.
And he can drain it from long range, too. Uncanny accuracy off the dribble, especially loves to go right into his pull-ups. And, you know, he's a great bailout guy, too. He can hit big shots late in the clock.
The Nets making a switch here. Garnett's checked in.
I'm sure he feels like they should have the lead right now, but that miss will keep it all tied up.
Outside, Lynn. Here's Hasek, guarded by Garnett. Harden kicks to Lynn. Back to Harden. Throws it up high. Tries to save it. Trying to find Hasek. Gets it to him. Lynn. Second chance shot. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. And it's 6 points for James Harden. Terry outside. He dishes it to Pierce. The jump hook. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Houston in the lead. The feed to Harden. And some nice passing there by Houston. Shoots a fader. And Howard with the nice bucket inside. Howard's got 10. The Nets have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Terry, the pass to Pierce. Back to Terry. Lopez outside, kicks it to Pierce. Oh, yes, the turnaround. 10 points for him.
The turnaround jumper, that was a thing of beauty.
Timeout called, the Rockets. Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Kevin McHale coaching his team during that break. He said, we're going to make things much easier on ourselves if we can establish a better interior game, and it starts with opening gaps in the defense and making sharp feeds into the post. He also talked about their defense in the open court, saying, don't let them get comfortable in transition. We need to shut down their fast break. Guys, they're clearly hoping those changes have an effect even before this game makes it to halftime. Kevin?
And as always, Doris, thank you.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys, but as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
A baseline J, and there's Joe Johnson on the assist by Terry. 8 points for Joe Johnson. Rockets have gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. Harden outside. Howard with a screen on Johnson. And it's Houston with another.
This is a tremendous solo run he's on. I mean, the kind we've seen him have so many times before.
Terry kicks to Pierce. A baseline J, and it's Brooklyn scoring again. Rockets have gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9. And looks like the illegal kick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
Well, good idea setting that screen, but the execution wasn't there.
No, it sure wasn't. I mean, you want it to be hard, but it also has to be legal.
And for Brooklyn, they're shooting 64%. Beautiful all-around play by this offense. Terry dishes to Johnson. Buries it down low. Johnson's got 10 points in the game.
It was a slow start for him, but he started to take off since we hit the second quarter, guys.
Harden with it. Guarded now by Jason Terry. Back to Harden. Takes the three. That's good. Harden's got 7 now in this quarter.
He's making it look easy scoring out there because he's much more efficient here in the second.
Pass to Johnson. Johnson right side. 18 feet out. They get it back. Lopez. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
First personal foul.
It seems for the past few years, the only time you heard about Brook Lopez's name was in what the Nets would give up for Dwight Howard. I mean, well, all of that talk goes away now, at least for a minute, because he signed that extension with the Nets. And because of that, I think he was more comfortable, and it showed in his production on the floor.
He misses the free throw. And for Brook Lopez, a max contract going into last season. It raised some eyebrows for sure, but the way he's elevated his game, it looks like right now at least, he's been worth every penny.
Yeah, I agree with that. First-time All-Star. He improved as a shot blocker and a rebounder. And, you know, I thought he should have got maybe some votes at least for most improved player last season. A big reason why the Nets improved so much.
That's a good point. No good on the second free throw.
In my opinion, Brook Lopez, guys, quite possibly is the best scoring 7-footer in the game. He has terrific skills on the low block. And he's able to step out and knock that outside shot down from out to the three-point line.
From the baseline. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And for Brook Lopez last season, Steve, almost 20 points a game, shooting over 50%.
His best season ever, Kevin. I think he's really evolved into one of the top centers in the league. A big-time elite interior threat. And as you know, I mean, that's kind of rare these days in the NBA.
Mm-hmm. And he knocks down the first one.
Well, head coach Jason Kidd, that's a phrase I didn't expect to hear this quickly, but Kidd wasted no time. Only a matter of weeks after he announced his retirement as a player, he was named the head coach of the Brooklyn Nets, and it's going to be interesting to see the transition. Kid, obviously great basketball IQ, so well respected as a person in the league. I think it's just a matter of time before he really finds his footing and becomes an excellent coach.
So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses. And back to Coach Jason Kidd, Clark, a rookie at the coaching profession, but one of the most intelligent and respected point guards over his 19 years in the NBA.
Yeah, always respected as a leader, and his basketball IQ off the chart. So I think he's one of the few guys that could go right from playing to being a successful head coach.
Lynn gets a screen from Motiejunas. Here's Garcia. Rebound, Brooklyn. Garnett's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Outside Williams. He kicks to Garnett. Back to Williams. Buries the long-range jumper. Williams has got 12.
Yeah, something that makes him hard to defend is his ability to receive a pass and get off an accurate shot in one quick, fluid motion. So you better beware of where he is on the floor at all times.
One of the premier catch-and-shoot guys in the league, Steve. There's no question about it.
He feeds it to Johnson. Watch sets the pick for Johnson. Can't connect from 14 feet out.
You have to get a hand into his face because that's his range right there.
Garcia passes to Howard. Oh, trying for it. It's going to be out of bounds. The Rockets will retain possession. Smith checked in for Dwight Howard.
Substitution on the court.
Lynn against Williams. Lynn kicks to Motiejunas. Yes! And a nice assist from Lynn. Lynn's got 6 assists in the game. The Nets have gone 7 of 13 from the field since the start of the second. Johnson against Garcia. Left side Pierce. Off the left rim and out.
In this quarter, he's really been off the mark. He just looks a little bit unsettled.
Lynn against Johnson. Here's Motiejunas. Trains the three-pointer. Now it's a 4-point Rocket lead.
You know, it's really hard not to notice the difference in the passing of these two teams today.
Yeah, look at the discrepancy in the assist column between these two teams.
Here's Williams. Smith with the block. They get it back. The Rockets have gone 8 of 14 in the second quarter on field goal attempts. Garcia's shot is good. Garcia's got the lead up to 6 now for the Rockets. Nets shooting 44% from the field in the second. Lynn against Williams. On the wing, Johnson. To the middle to halt the run, and it's Evans getting it to go. Evans has got his first basket.
You know what? That's what you like to see. A perfect pass leading him right into the shot. Didn't even have to break stride.
Parsons against Pierce. Oh, that's blocked. Passes it to Blotch. Feeds to Williams. Back to Blotch. But they'll get another chance. Johnson dishes to Blotch. It's taken away by Smith. Then the pass to Parsons. And that one is hammered home.
Guys, that's simply superb. Ball pressure, a run out, and then a dunk in transition.
Exactly, Clark, what they wanted. The aggressive defense to lead to.
Yeah, points in transition.
Yeah, that's why you want to make the other team feel uncomfortable handling the ball because you can get easy points out of it at the other end.
Johnson kicks over to Blotch. It's Pierce on the wing. Five to shoot, and the layup falls. Pierce has got 14.
I don't know who was supposed to be on him there, but clearly a mistake by the defense.
Tell you what, you got to give the Houston Rockets a lot of credit, guys. After losing their franchise players to injury and age back in '09, they've managed to rebuild this team without tanking for lottery picks or going all the way to the bottom of the heap. Very impressive.
With the fadeaway, and the shot is long. Houston leading by 4. Here's Lynn, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And for the Rockets, they've been very shrewd acquiring undervalued players, trading for draft picks. Steve, all in the hopes of swinging big trades for superstars.
Well, and then when they acquired James Harden, they finally got a cornerstone player. Now all of a sudden you throw in Dwight Howard, you've got another foundational player. So all these years of tinkering and trading and moving picks and moving players, it's finally paid off, and now he's got the team he was hoping to put together.
Houston found their way back into the playoffs last season, but really it wasn't because they were a tough team on the road. They only had 16 wins away from Houston last season.
James Harden, he's checked in for Parsons. That one is no good. And Clark, as you were talking about, the Rockets weren't nearly as troublesome to teams last year when they found themselves in the away locker room. Mostly, Steve, it came down to their offense not having quite as much punch.
Well, most teams don't score as much on the road as they do at home, but for the Rockets, 5 points differential between home and away, it's pretty dramatic. And I think that was one of the reasons why we saw them struggle when they left Houston and tried to get a win. It makes it so easy for your teammate when you can lead him with a pass like that one.
Harden against Kirilenko. Johnson for 3. Another miss by Johnson.
Been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's costly.
Lynn dishes to Garcia. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And the defense fouling there to prevent that layup, forcing 2 free throws here.
Nice job that time of attacking the paint and drawing the contact. They'll take that.
The Rockets have made 2/3 of their free throws tonight. 6 of 9 to be exact. The first free throw is good.
Boy, it seems like they're having a lot of trouble at the line today, and it's just been that kind of a day.
Harden hits them both. Just 4 seconds left in the first half of the game. From deep three-point range, he got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. That'll do it for the first half. Rockets ahead as they end the third quarter with a huge surge, an 18-7 run. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
I'm here with Joe Johnson. And Joe, one of the challenges with having such a deep roster like yours is figuring out everyone's roles in the system. How is the new chemistry coming together with a mix of all-star talent?
We're just trying to feel one another out, man. It's a long season, so obviously early in this young season, man, we're just taking our time right now, trying to feel our way through everything, and everything else take care of itself.
There's no doubt it's a process, Joe. Thanks for the time. Guys?
Okay, Doris, thanks. And we'll have the start of the third quarter for you shortly, but first, the halftime show.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
From the 2K Sports Studios on a beautiful Sunday night, it's time for the halftime report. The Rockets playing with passion. They've been having their way inside, a huge lead when it comes to points in the paint, making it very hard to defend against them. An impressive first half for Jeremy Lin. He's got 10 points and is also helping set the table. Who's ready to eat? And this dedicated Nets team is weathering the storm. Their defensive intensity is something to be seen. They're blocking shots left and right. We've seen Paul Pierce in top form. He's got 14 points and has been grabbing a few rebounds too. And that's all there is to it. Thanks so much for spending halftime with me. Now it's time to send you back out for the start of the third quarter.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Welcome back to Brooklyn, and a look spanning over the East River at Lower Manhattan and the Brooklyn Bridge.
Paul Pierce playing very well. He has 14 points, and he's picked up 1 dime.
Brooklyn with the ball. They trail by 9 points. Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, guys, for Dwight Howard, a perfect fit with head coach Kevin McHale. So often, head coaches are former point guards, but in McHale, a Hall of Fame power forward. Howard has a coach he can quite literally see eye to eye with. And McHale is one of the all-time great post-up scorers. And for Dwight Howard, he said that was the biggest reason for his decision to come to Houston, saying, quote, "I felt he could really help me develop in the post." Guys, back to you.
Don't see many great back-to-the-basket big men these days, Doris. He's one of the best, certainly.
You know, one part of Joe Johnson's game that tends to get overlooked, guys, is his ability to create space with the dribble. He's got great size, and that ability makes him the potent scorer he is.
3 on the clock. Pierce for 3. Dwight Howard pulls it in.
You know, when he has the ball outside like that, that's exactly the kind of D they need to play on.
It's Harden with the drive. The pass to Ashe. Lynn against Johnson. Lynn's shot is off. And for Joe Johnson, as you mentioned, Clark, great size, and he's comfortable, truly, Steve, from shooting anywhere on the floor.
Yeah, and whether it's a spot up or off the dribble, he can go either direction. He's so strong, excellent ball handling ability. But I think he could do a little more damage inside if he chose to. He's got the body to be a good post-up player.
Rockets leading by 5. Al Harden, 11 points in the game. Parsons outside. Back to Harden. Shot clock at 6. It's stolen by Johnson. Oh, and here comes Johnson all alone.
Boy, I love it. Active hands on the steal, active feet on the fast break.
And Clark power on the dunk.
And guys, this is just too close of a game to be giving the ball up like that and then failing to get back in transition.
The Rockets shooting at 51%. Really solid. Then the pass to Parsons. Dishes it to Harden. Throws it up high, and Howard with the stuff.
Phenomenal alley-oop slam right there, guys.
They're taking advantage, Clark, of a team that looks lost out there.
Yeah, this is threatening to get kind of ugly out here.
Nets trail by 5. Joe Johnson on the wing. Tipped away. Harden kicks to Lynn, and it's out of bounds. The Nets will take it the other way.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
Here's Williams. He's got 14. Timeout. Let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Kevin McHale coaching his team during that break. He wants them looking for passing lanes and getting the ball into the painted area. It sounds like if they can make this a battle of the bigs, he'd be very happy. He was also adamant that they can take advantage of this defense with the use of solid ball screens and the pick and roll game. Perhaps the rest of the second half will look different after those adjustments, Kevin.
And thanks for that story, Doris. And that's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession.
15 seconds.
Johnson attacking. Into Lopez. Lynn with the steal. And here comes Parsons leading the fast break.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
They better not. They've got to pad their lead any time an opportunity presents itself. And I'll tell you what, that was a golden one there.
Williams with the ball. Lopez, a screen on Lynn. Williams with the ball. And it's Howard picking him up. Johnson, good.
Really good awareness right there on the assist.
Now a timeout called by Houston.
Yeah, and guys, I think he feels like he can make a few improvements during this timeout. Just kind of make a couple of adjustments, get his club back on track.
You know, coaches are always tweaking and tinkering with things mid-game. Actually, sometimes they overdo it.
Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by.
You know, as great as 2012 was for the Nets, in many ways, they really came up short on their last game of that calendar year. In 2012, the New Year's Eve matchup against the Spurs, the Nets only scored 5 points in the third quarter of that contest.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Thanks, Kevin. Jason Kidd had some words for his team over that last break. Back to fundamentals. That's what he told them. Specifically, he'd like to see them implement the pick and roll as often as possible. There's still plenty of basketball left to play, and as we watch how these adjustments play out, Kev, it'll be interesting.
Thanks again, Doris. Jason Terry is checked in for Johnson, and it's out of bounds. The Nets will take it the other way. And Clark, you were talking about the Nets. They went from looking like a team that could compete for a title to a team that, while still talented, Steve, and a lock for the playoffs, was a little closer to the middle of the pack than they thought.
Well, with the hot start they got out to, I think it was just a matter of time before they hit a cold stretch. And never fun to be held to just 5 points in a quarter. And that game had a lot of Nets fans wondering how the rest of the season would go. But, hey, they got it back together and still finished off pretty well.
There's the dish to Asha. Back to Lynn. And the call will be against Darren Williams. That's his third foul of the game.
First team foul.
On defense, the Nets. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. Harden. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Boy, guys, it was a tremendous all-star season for James Harden a year ago. LeBron James declared Harden a superstar. No small praise from probably the best player in the world right now. And I think people are coming around to accepting that Harden really is a superstar player.
First free throw is good. And for Harden, signing a 5-year, $80 million extension with the Rockets last season, the Thunder felt they just couldn't afford to pay him that much with the luxury tax penalties looming ahead.
Well, they already had max players in Westbrook and Durant, so they didn't feel going forward that they could have 3 max guys. So Harden moves on to Houston. Turned out to be an excellent move for the Rockets. He played awfully well last year.
You know, when you get an influx of talent through the draft like the Rockets did prior to last season, the initial reaction is excitement, but then you think about, man, how are we going to get these guys ready to play NBA basketball? And the Rockets did a nice job by taking it easy and bringing them along slowly.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give them 2 chances at the free throw line here. And for the Rockets, you look at how that strategy worked out for them, and it was exactly what they needed. Got off to a quick start last year, and you know, Steve, toward the end, their rookies were fresh and able to contribute when it mattered most.
You know, Kevin, it's hard for fans to see a player get drafted and not immediately see the floor, but a lot of times that's the best route. You know, you give a player time to adjust, you make him earn it, and by the end of the season, he can be a very effective player. I think plenty of the Rockets players proved that last season.
And up and down season for the Nets last year, and the playoffs were just more of the same. They ended up getting knocked out by the Bulls in the only first-round matchup that went to 7 games.
And Williams, here we go. Stolen by Jeremy Lin. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. Harden's got the ball. It's Pierce on the wing. He's guarded by Howard. Got it, and the Houston lead has been cut down to just 6 points with the basket from Pierce. Well, back to the Nets in the playoffs. They lost a game at Barclays early and looked to be on the ropes down 3-1 after 4 games, but they did well just to steal one in Chicago and force a Game 7.
What a strange series that was. The Bulls made that miracle comeback behind Nate Robinson in 1 game and then ended up going on the road to Brooklyn and winning Game 7. What a disappointment for the Nets in their debut season in Brooklyn.
Lopez, no luck. Rockets leading by 6. And Parsons kicks to Asik. Parsons attacking. Good D by Lopez.
That's really too easy a chance to miss, guys. He needs to be more aggressive and focused on his finishes.
Shoots from 12. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Well, his shot blocking is always a factor, guys. That presence around the rim defensively just changes the whole picture strategically.
You know, one other thing you have to appreciate when it comes to him is his skill on the low block. Terrific footwork, nice up and under fakes, and he's got a tremendously soft touch.
First free throw is good. Smith checked in for Houston. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. Kirilenko against Land. Smith dishes to Harden. From downtown. And it's Kirilenko with the rebound. Kirilenko's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Williams kicks to Kirilenko. Makes it off the glass. Kirilenko's got his second bucket of the night.
Well, they certainly didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Well, that's important because this game, I think, is going to be decided by who controls the paint in crunch time.
Harden's shot is good.
And, yeah, they're moving the ball now. 8 of their last 10 points coming off assisted buckets.
Steve, nothing makes a coach smile as much as pure, selfless teamwork.
Here's Pierce. Banked in off the glass. Pierce has got 18 points.
Well, I'll tell you what, I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders. They're not getting the job done.
Yeah, that's 10 of the last 12 points they've allowed on good looks right at the rim.
And he nails it. The three-pointer falls from Garcia. And the Rockets lead by 6. The Nets have gone 8 of 12 from the field since the beginning of the third. Terry kicks to Williams. Lopez against Smith. Here's Williams. It's rebounded by Houston. Parsons got 3 rebounds now in this one. It's tipped, and it's out of bounds to the Rockets as Houston retains possession. And the Rockets making a change here. Moniunas passes to Garcia. Harden outside. 6 to shoot. Pass to Smith. Shot no good. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. Harden against Terry. Outside Kirilenko. On the wing, Terry. The 3. Good on the shot.
I like the offensive awareness to exploit that lack of coverage on that play.
Rockets leading by 3. It's Harden with the drive. He dishes it to Moniunas. Outside, Garcia. Lynn kicks to Garcia. Houston moving the ball around. Another miss by Houston. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Now the feed to Butch. And the basket good. And now just a 1-point Rocket lead.
Yeah, no mistakes on the offensive execution there.
Outside, Lynn to the paint. Here's Moniunas. Yes! And a nice assist from Lynn. Moniunas has got 10 points in the game. Net shooting certainly a key for them in this one. 55% from the field. Williams gets a screen from Blatch. Right at the free throw line. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
When they pulled up from mid-range more often than not, they bury.
You know, that's not always the number 1 option, but if the defense gives that to you, you got to take it.
Lynn with it. Evans picks him up. Lynn kicks to Garcia. Hits the 3-point bomb. 12 points for him.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Williams against Land. That's good. The Houston lead is cut down to 2 on the bucket from Williams. Williams has got 8 points in the quarter.
You know, Darren Williams suffered a lot of injuries in the first half of last season. Finally got healthy in the second half, and it showed. He was fantastic during the last 30 or 40 games or so. And I think now with all this talent around him, the situation is perfect for Williams to reestablish himself as one of the elite players in this league.
Here's Evans. Can't tie it up as that one's no good.
That's what they call the $1 million move with the 10-cent finish.
Outside, Garcia. And another 3 for Houston. And for Williams last season, he seemed to get better, Clark, as the season wore on. Not usually the case with injuries.
But I think he, like a lot of players, Kevin, may have still been recovering from the grind of the condensed schedule 2 seasons ago. You know, he started playing in Turkey before starting that tough, shortened season. So you factor in Team USA play in the summer. He put a lot of wear and tear on his body, and I think it just took a while for it to rebound.
And a chance here to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Gentlemen, James Harden led the NBA last season, averaging over 8.5 made free throws per game. He's one of the masters at drawing contact and said, quote, "It gives me confidence to get some easy free throws and open up my entire game. I just try to be aggressive and get to the basket. It opens up my jump shot and opens up my teammates with defenders helping off." Guys, the Rockets more than happy running their offense through James.
Well, it certainly seems like a smart move for him. Thanks, Doris. A shot by Blatch, no good.
Boy, we don't see that too often. No defender on him, and he just clanks the open jumper.
Outside, Lynn. Back to Harden. Into Smith, and there's the 3-second violation. Just 4 seconds left to play in the third. The third quarter comes to a close. Rockets lead by 5. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Brooklyn. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Houston leading by 5. Kicks to Garcia.
What a display of offense we've seen today, and it's only getting better.
Well, both defenses have been on their heels all day, and it's begun to take its toll.
And it's Johnson penetrating, and the foul called on Joe Johnson. That's foul number 2 for him.
He's got to tighten up his game, guys. That's 5 turnovers for him.
So it's the Rockets now. Harden outside. Outside, Garcia. Baseline try. Again, the Rockets score. Nets trail by 9. Watch inside. Picked off in midair. Garcia with the ball. And it's Johnson picking him up. Steps back and shoots. And it goes through once again. Nice hit there from Garcia. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Rockets.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
And I'll tell you, the other thing that's been a factor is the transition game. They're scoring a lot of points on the fast break.
Howard setting the pick for Harden. Out to the right wing. And Garcia kicks to Harden. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. And the Rockets lead by 11.
Well, here we go again. An open path to the hoop, an easy 2 points. Where is the defense?
Garcia against Williams. That's good. Williams has got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, you know, he has shot the ball well, but it has not been contagious. His teammates, they haven't had the same groove, and that's why we're looking at this result so far.
Harden kicks to Howard, and it's out of bounds. The Nets will take it the other way.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
Brook Lopez has checked in for Andre Bloch. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Williams gets a screen from Garnett. Williams kicks to Lopez, and that's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession.
14 seconds on the shot clock. 14.
On the wing, Williams. Back to Lopez, and it's good. Through contact, it's the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
In the second half, they made more of an effort to get it inside, and I like that. Be intentional, be direct, be aggressive. Force that ball in the paint. Looking at the game for Lopez, he's got 8 points and also a block shot.
Well, it's been an interesting few years for Deron Williams and a lot of controversy involving his coaches. So Williams looking for stability and also, I think, looking for maybe an improved reputation as this season unfolds.
Howard in the post. Lopez covering. It's blocked, but he stays with it. Howard dishes to Garcia. Back to Howard. Garcia against Williams. Parsons, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. It's on Kevin Garnett. Going back to Williams-Clark and the coaching change, do you think he had a hand in that or not? It's so hard to speculate.
It really is, Kevin. I agree with you there. I think it's overblown, quite honestly. You have to remember, playing in the Big Apple, the storylines will abound, true or not, and they sometimes can take on a life of their own.
Well, the same thing happened in Utah now, too, under him.
Yeah, well, again, I think some of that, there may have been a little bit to it, but again, I think overblown is the best way to look at it. Well, you could, in some ways, call Chandler Parsons' first season a mild surprise, but he really accelerated things in his second season. He improved in all parts of the game and really showed he could be a top option for a team offensively. He's got such versatility, and his shooting range is unlimited.
Both free throws good from Parsons. Well, for Chandler Parsons last season, Steve, top 20 in minutes played, and he was more effective in his minutes. He really utilized every one of them well.
Yeah, he improved his shooting in every dimension, Kevin, from the field, from the outside, and especially from the foul line. Upped his scoring rate dramatically, really has made strides across the board.
And that's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession.
8 seconds on the shot clock. 8.
5 on the clock. Lopez passes to Williams. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. Houston leading by 8. Harden outside. Pass to Howard. The Rockets again can't hit. The Nets have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Williams kicks to Johnson. Omer Asik with the rebound. Asik's got his 6th rebound on the night. Pierce against Harden. And that one's good. Harden's got 19 points. Timeout called, the Nets. You have to like what we've been seeing from Garcia.
He's on fire. They needed to put their heads together to figure out how to get the ball out of his hands.
Catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Jason Kidd was saying to his team. He didn't exactly take it easy on them, saying, how much do you want it? Don't tell me. Show me out there. We have to play better. We have to play harder if we're going to come back. Guys?
The Rockets making a switch here. Lynn's checked in. Williams dishes to Pierce. The open shot by Johnson. Let's keep it alive. Here's Lopez, and it's sent back by Howard. Parsons with it. Now Garnett defending. And it's out of bounds. The Nets will take it the other way. Nets trail by 10. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Johnson, the pass to Garnett. That's blocked. They retain possession. Pierce for three. And it's James Harden with the rebound. The Rockets have gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor. Parsons' shot is off.
Excellent. Really solid job, actually, by the defense to get in his way as he was going up for that one.
Back to Johnson. Johnson right side. They need this one. Here's Garnett. That one falls, coming off Johnson's feet. Garnett's got it back down to single digits for the Nets.
Yeah, the defense just couldn't get a hand in his face. Couldn't challenge the shot.
Yeah, made his height advantage count that time.
The three from Harden, and that one's good. Harden's got 11 in the second half.
This guy will really make you pay if you leave him enough room outside.
Williams kicks to Johnson. Johnson off the pick from Lopez. And that one's good. And that's now 18 points for Johnson.
He had a whole lot of space to get that shot.
Yeah, I don't think the defender did a good job there of getting over the top of the screen.
Harden kicks to Lynn. He feeds it to Howard. It's Harden with the drive. Lets it go with the three. They get it back. Asik with the bucket. And the Rockets lead by 11.
Despite his ineffectiveness, the team has found other scoring options, which you have to have when one of your main guys is struggling.
Williams with the ball, now guarded by Asik. 13 feet away. And again, it's Brooklyn converting. Rockets leading by 9. Lynn dishes to Parsons. He kicks to Harden. Back to Parsons. Harden outside. Shot clock at 6. Here's Howard. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Yeah, that's textbook basketball. Just having their way down low.
Johnson attacking. Feeds it to Lopez. That's in there. Johnson with the assist. Johnson's got 3 assists tonight. Now a timeout called by Houston. Rockets have gotten exactly 2/3 of their shots to find the bottom of the net here in the fourth. 8 of 12. Lynn kicks to Harden. Can't get it to go. Great tee that time from Johnson. Nets trail by 9. Outside Williams. Passes it to Johnson. Pierce dishes to Lopez. Back to Pierce. Launches it. And the pass to Johnson. Dishes it to Lopez. Another shot. It's rebounded by Houston. Here's Harden on the wing. They get a hand on it. Lopez with the steal. Johnson attacking, and that one's good. Johnson's got 20.
So the drive to the bucket was nice, but how about the finger roll finish? Beautiful.
Harden kicks to Lynn. Howard in the post. Lopez is there. A nice shot by Howard.
They've built this lead through plays exactly like that. He's easily been their most consistent performer.
Well, he's been splashing everything today.
Here's Johnson. He trains the turnaround jump shot. Johnson's got 6 in the quarter.
Well, he's found his game and his rhythm this quarter. He's gotten into a nice groove.
Then the pass to Harden. Back to Lynn. Parsons on the wing. Harden outside. Traps in the tray. He's got 25.
The more touches he gets, the more this lead will grow. He has just been unconscious this quarter.
Lopez, a screen on Lynn. Williams kicks to Johnson. But they get it back.
Multiple possessions have been the story of the game, and even with the big lead, this team continues to be quicker to the ball.
You see the defense get caught standing around that time, giving up an easy second chance bucket.
Simply need more of an effort on the boards there, Steve.
There's the dish to Lynn. Harden outside, pass to Howard. Brooklyn with the rebound. Lopez has got rebound number 8 now on the night. Williams against Harden. And it's blocked by Harden. For 3. Again, Johnson missing. Houston leading by 8. It's Harden with the drive. Outside, Lynn. Out of bounds, Rockets ball as Houston keeps possession.
12 seconds. Minutes.
1:58 left to play here in the fourth. Clock at 6. Harden dishes to Howard. Parsons passes to Harden. Johnson with the block. Williams kicks to Pierce. He dishes it to Garnett. Nice D from Asher.
And this is why you need size inside, the ability to contest shots and force misses.
Steve, that's exactly right. Even when you get in close, it's still a tough shot.
Parsons dishes to Howard. Goes to the fadeaway and cans it. Howard's got 6 here in this quarter.
They haven't been as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. They're playing smart with the lead. I like that. They're being very selective and deliberate in their offense. And that's a good strategy when you're on top.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn. They're losing by 10. 1:19 left in the fourth quarter. .119 left in the game. Right side, Williams. Here's Pierce. That one wide left. Rockets leading by 10.
And now just watching the clock wind down and what will turn out to be a win here for Houston.
Tonight they seem committed to the three-point shot.
That certainly was their main meal, their bread and butter, if you will.
It always takes someone stepping up. And that happened here as we got great numbers for Harden. Every inch of the floor was his tonight as he came out and injected energy into every play that was made out there.
And Williams, here we go. And he gets it to go.
Well, I tell you what, he's having one of those days where if he takes it, he makes it.
Houston's gone 3 of 4 from downtown here in the fourth. Harden kicks to Lynn. Now, here is Harden. Shot clock at 5. And Lopez pulls it down. They can score it here, but it won't mean much.
No, not at all. Not a real chance of getting back in it at this point.
Yeah.
Steve, you think it's over?
No, it's over. This lead is just too much for them to deal with.
And here is Lynn. So we see the Rockets taking the win here. You know, Clark, every team has a bad night, and these guys might want to watch the tape of this game the next time they have a bad night to remind themselves how dominant they can be.
Well, this is one of those dreamlike games for a coach.
And so now we'll go down to Doris Burke, who's standing by live with our Jordan Player of the Game. Doris?
Well, congratulations on this win, James. And did you feel like the chemistry tonight with how the team continued to get you the ball made the difference in getting you into your rhythm?
Yeah, just stuck with it. You know, teammates kept encouraging me. I think we kept moving the ball and getting easy shots. They did a great job of looking for me.
It inspires great confidence when your teammates believe in you guys.
Doris, thank you. And for Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, and the rest of our great 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for joining us. as Jordan presents our player of the game, James Harden.
We make it cool to be sucked.